Part A Exemptions. Rule 38. Exemptions. Any vessels or class of vessels, provided that she complies with the requirements of the international regulations for preventing collision at sea 1960, the keel of which is lead or which is at a corresponding stage of construction before the entry into force of this regulation may be exempted from the compliance therewith as follows. A. The installation of lights with range prescribed in Rule 22 until your eyes after the date of entry into force of the regulation. B. The installation of lights with color specification as prescribed in Section 7 of Annex 1 to these regulations until 4 years after the date of entry into force of these regulations. C. The repositioning of lights as a result of conversion from imperial to metric units and rounding of measurements figures permanent exemptions. D. 1. The repositioning of masthead lights on vessels of less than 150 meters in length, resulting from the prescriptions of Sections 3A of Annex 1 to these regulations, permanent exemptions. 2. The repositioning of masthead lights on vessel of 150 meters or more in length, resulting from the prescription of Section 3A of Annex 1 to these regulations, until 9 years after the date of entry into force of these regulations. A. The repositioning of masthead lights resulting from the prescription of Section 2B of Annex I to those regulations until 9 years after the date of entry into force of these regulations if the repositioning of side lights resulting from the prescription of Section 2G and 3B of Annex 1 to this regulation until 9 years after the date of entry into force of this regulation. G. The requirements for sound signal appliances prescribed in Annex 3 to this regulation until 9 years after the date of entry into force of these regulations. It's the repositioning of all-round lights resulting from the prescription of Section 9B of Annex 1 to this regulation, permanent exemptions.